You donate 30 later. Maybe you donate 557 if you feel like it. And eventually you get there. Who knows? But anyway, guys, you can always go over to gamesdonequick.com. You can check out the tracker. It's going to have all the information you're looking for about prizes, about runs coming up, and about incentives you can put those donations towards.
Thank you so much, Sen. And I think that's it for our interview. So thank you so much, Zallard, for joining us right after your amazing run of Star Fox 2. And coming up next is going to be Rockman Forte. Ooh, I hope everyone is excited for that. That's what I'm talking about. You better be excited. If you're not excited, you're excited now. So thank you so much for having us, and we will see you guys later. Take it away, host.
Thank you very, very much, Edo Bean. That was a fantastic interview and a bunch of really cool prizes. I don't know about y'all, but I am very, very excited for Rockman Forte. Oh my god, Rockman Forte is so good, so underrated. I like Mega Man just a little bit. Anyways, we have a $25 donation from N Galaxy Timyo. Star Fox 2? I feel like this run is 20 years in the making. And on that same note, PJL101 donates a whopping $250. Star Fox is one of my favorite games of all time, and I never thought I would get to play Star Fox 2. If Star Fox 2 can get released after 21 years, maybe we can beat cancer. And with that, it is time to get excited. I'm going to throw it over to the front with Joka for one of the best games in the Mega Man series. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Rockman Forte.
Hello. This game is Rockman Forte, and it's impossible. So yeah, I'm gonna try and beat it. That's basically the plan here. And this guy's gonna explain it more. There's Clartonic, Fastest CC, and Orsa.
Hey.
Hi, who are you? All right. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna count you down. I'm gonna play Forte, and it's not a bid war this time because whenever we have a bid war, Rockman always wins. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so this is Rockman Forte, otherwise known as Mega Man and Bass. So this was released in Japan, 1998, Super Famicom. So this actually comes chronologically after Mega Man 8, which is on the PlayStation. So this game was released for Super Famicom. It came out as a GBA port in Japan in 2002, and then North America 2003. And yeah, in this game, you're allowed to choose from either Rockman or Forte, who is it's either Mega Man or Bass. So this category just chooses Bass from the get-go, and Forte has a few things that make him different than Rockman. He has a double jump. He has a slide mechanic, kind of similar to the Mega Man X series that we'll talk about, and then he also does not have a charge buster and just has a single fire buster. So. This game, it's pretty well known for being one of the more challenging games in the Mega Man series. It's fairly punishing, but throughout this game, you'll be able to see that through some well-executed movement and weapon usage, Forte can pretty well clear this game. So we'll be seeing Joka kind of breeze his way through. That being said, it's still quite challenging.
Protoman.
Yeah.
I really tried.
Poor guy. So yeah, first boss, Green Devil. You basically just have to take down his barrier and shoot him. This is a boss from Mega Man 8 too. And yeah, so it's not too challenging, just an interstage boss, but he's just gonna dodge and go in.
Yeah, you'll see Joka moving sort of forward as he shoots. You can get somewhere between 1 and 4 shots on Green Devil per cycle, depending on how you move and where you're at in your vertical jump.
All right, so the stage map in this game is kind of unlike all the others, in which you don't choose from either 4 or 8 at the beginning. There's like a tree map, so you can choose from one of the first 3. We're gonna go to Cold Man first. The other bosses, having their weaknesses, speeds up their fights much more so than Cold Man, and we're going to be wanting to get the ice walls for some movement options from this boss. So,
Yeah, the stage map in this game is actually really cool. You actually can't pick from all 8 at the start. The game gives you a choice between Cold Man, Ground Man, and Astro Man. And then beating each boss unlocks sort of subsequent bosses, and there's sort of different paths you can take. It's really interesting.
So the Snowman, you have to specifically time your shots. It kind of looks like you're doing this standard Buster hold down with Forte, but that's not the case. You have to pretty specifically time your shots there. But yeah, you can kind of see Forte clear a lot of these areas. You know, even though Joka's doing a good job navigating everything, all the enemies still do a lot of contact damage in this game. I mean, it's the same as Forte's Rockman, so you have to be fairly you know, conscious of your health. And we're going to be talking about health management later in, but for now, he doesn't have to worry about damage boosting or getting his health low. He just needs to clear the first few stages as quickly as possible.
And here we go. It's like good time for donations, I think, this boss fight. Incredibly interactive boss fight. You can see how much damage it takes from Buster.
Cold Man is just like a huge demonstration of skill. It's really something special. Pants190 donates $35. I've been looking forward to the Rockman and Forte run all week, and so glad I get to see it live. It's about time that Forte got some love at GDQ. Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
So yeah, we were talking a little bit before about going to the stage first. This seems painfully slow, but basically Forte just starts with his Forte Buster, and it only does 1 damage per shot, so it's one of the 3 bosses. You have to suck it up. You can see Cold Man here spawns this cloud that will kind of take control of Forte for a bit, and you can't actually do any firing, so it's definitely a pain to navigate because you have to... It's fastest technically to leave the cloud around because the boss will get some iframes if you let the cloud linger. So yeah, Joka tried to navigate, but he made it through.
Yeah, you want to keep the cloud alive as long as possible. Makes the fight a little bit more challenging, but slightly faster as well. Silly boss fight. Yeah, Coleman actually has longer iframes than all of the other bosses, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds or something.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Joka is a very formidable classic Mega Man runner, and he has both the record in Rockman and Forte in this game. I was ousted long ago. But yeah, so he's super talented, and like if anybody can do this run, it's certainly him.
Well, no pressure.
Yes. Okay, so we go to Burner Man. Now we have Ice Wall, and you're going to see some movement tech pretty soon. Ice Wall allows you to do some really cool mid-air jumps with Forte that Rockman can't pull off. Yeah, and Ice Wall is also just an incredibly good weapon. I think one of the coolest parts about this game is that the weapons are actually pretty much all useful. I think you can make a case for 1 and 2 not being super great, but like the Ice Wall is super useful. It does a lot of damage. You have movement options. It's going to allow for zips later, so it definitely makes sense to get this as soon as possible. You can just see it clears enemies without too much problems. Here, the spike room. These are all on the same cycle every time you get to the beginning of each stage, or each screen. So, you know, taking a few hits there is fine. He got some backup health earlier. He's doing a little bit of movement tech here and there if you catch it, where he's using the ice wall to inch himself forward in situations that he can. This is a pretty rough screen. This whole area just like can get covered in flames and do tons of damage or kill you. So
yeah, the flames are instant death. So
yeah.
you definitely don't want to be touching those.
Oh, we got the jump too.
Yeah. You like every time you dash off an edge, you want to be sure to jump.
Yeah, preserve your momentum. Okay, so most people who fight Burner Man casually don't know this, but basically you can get right up in his hitbox and spawn an ice wall and just push him into spikes. If you time it well, 3 times in a row. That's it. That was super clean.
Yeah. Small little optimization there you saw Joka do, where when he dropped the ice wall, he would also shoot just a couple shots with the Forte Buster. That just sets his iframes up a little better because the spikes will hit him through his iframes anyway, so it makes it so you can drop the next ice wall a little sooner.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit annoying to do with Forte because whenever you fire anything with Forte, the game forces you to stand still unless you're in midair.
Yeah, yeah. One of the key differences between him and Rockman. Okay, so we got Weight Burner, and we're gonna go straight to Pirate Man. So Pirate Man is a fairly simple stage. There is a zip that I believe we'll be trying to go for.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it once. It's like very tough. So
Yeah, I can attest to how difficult this is.
Yeah.
It's like you can practice it and get kind of consistent, but in like a live setting, try to get the first time. It doesn't take too long to set up the first time, but trying to set it up after that is a pain. So here you can just see some really cool ice wall movement, being able to chain your, or I'll be quiet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we try to do a zip. If you're familiar with zips in Mega Man, or if not, basically what happens is that you try to wedge yourself into a wall however possible. And in this game, if you get into a wall, you have a fair amount of freedom to move around left to right and then later up and down with the lightning bolt. So yeah, in that instance, you can skip
okay.
it. So yeah, Whale and
Whale lost a
Whale.
lot of damage.
yeah. So, I mean, that's just a testament to how much damage some of this stuff can do in this game. But that's like a super inconsequential death. We'll just start over again from here. And yeah, I think you should just like notice throughout this run how much ice wall usage gets implemented into small movement tech. It's really cool. Okay, so Pirate Man. Pirate Man is weak to Wave Burner, which we got from previous boss. And yeah, there's nothing too interesting about this fight. Basically, bosses have 28 HP, and some, for now, this will do 3 damage. Later it'll do a little bit more, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this boss is pretty simple. You just have to kind of keep in his range and try to fire as soon as the iframes are out. But that was good.
Yeah, and I start out the fight with one buster shot just to line everything up.
Yeah. So this animation that plays is much longer for Forte than Rockman.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like 10 seconds longer. But generally, I mean, the times for both categories are fairly comparable. It's kind of hard to say which one should or shouldn't be faster. But yeah, I mean, Forte clears stages faster, but then has that pretty lengthy animation at the end.
Yeah, there's a ton of lag in that animation as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so talking about the stage map here, what we're gonna do is go to this area. So this area, you have to complete this area to complete the game to unlock the final stage, and basically it's just like a, I'm glad you got that, by the way. You need to complete this to prove that you've beaten all 8 Robot Masters by proving that you have the weapons. So you come here, and you need to do this before clearing the game. But you come here now, 3 stages in, because every time you get one of these, every time you clear this room and prove you have a weapon, you get this big bolt. Big bolts are 100 bolts, and basically we want to go to the shop right now to be able to afford a few things. The main thing that we're going to get is called the Counter Attacker, which is a huge part of this. We're also going to get a Hyper Dash, which will just increase the dash speed a little bit, and then he'll pick up a Spike Guard to be able to tank a hit in spikes in case that situation arises.
Yeah, I plan on using the spike guard at like the very last stage in one screen. But if I happen to use it before that, at least I didn't die.
Yes.
Yeah, the
So,
spike guards are super convenient. They're only like 10 screws or something, so there's really no reason to not pick one up.
Yeah. Okay, so introducing the Counter Attacker. So this is what makes this game super cool in my opinion. So
And super punishing.
Yeah. So the way Counter Attacker works is that if you have less than 8 HP, so 7 or less, every move that you do will have +2 damage associated with it. So you remember how in Cold Man those shots were doing 1 shot each to the boss? Now they would do 3, and most boss weaknesses will just do like +2 damage more. So they'll just get creamed that much faster. So have to be a little bit careful here. So he's fine. You technically can soft lock in this boss.
Oh,
but
come on.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try to set up a zip as well. So yeah, that's tough, but there,
Like literally the only pattern I would have
yeah,
hit.
yeah. But you can just start this again. And, so it looks like he's gonna try for a zip here, but
Yeah, we'll see if I get it.
yeah, he's got the HP now. So yeah, what he was doing in that section before was trying to keep his HP low for what I was just talking about. prize. All right, that should be good. So he wedged himself in the wall just a little bit, and if he doesn't get hit here,
All right, bye.
Nice.
yeah, he can zip out of that fight. Very nice.
Yeah, the usual way to move up and down inside walls is to have Lightning Bolt, but since we don't have that yet, Joka has to climb walls by doing a series of one-frame taps
So
on
you
the
can-
jump button.
Yeah, you can see I take some damage on purpose here because I died and it reset my health. I want to get down to 7 as quickly as possible. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay here for a while.
Yeah, especially this screen coming up, he wants to be able to clear it without too much difficulty. And these enemies would take just a few frames longer of Wave Runner, so being at critical HP just adds that much damage to his output, so he can just breeze on through. Okay, Groundman is fairly scary. He has some large hitboxes and does a ton of damage to you, but just watch how much his HP melts. So with some well-timed remote mines, he can pretty clear. This is great pattern, so it's pretty much free. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, all of the boss fights are just really scary when you're at that low health. I mean, contact damage from Groundman does 6 damage, so it's basically one hit kills me. And yeah, that's pretty much the game from this point on.
Damage yourself.
Like any small mistakes, I'm just gonna die immediately.
Yeah, yeah. But the damage output, if you were to play this with, if you were trying to replicate the strats and not have counterattacker, it would take a lot longer.
Yeah,
And-
like I think I mapped it out for Rockman a while ago, and I think I got it like 3 minutes overall time save for counterattacker strats.
Yeah.
Insane.
So this is the only true auto scroller section in the game. There's another boss that's sort of like an auto scroller, but you can still clear it pretty quickly, and it's not really on a timer. Whereas this is just scroll your way through, have some balloons, and tag a man. It's probably a good time for donations, I'd say.
Absolutely. Lukerson59 donates $25.25. Missed donating during the Mega Man block the other day, so Rockman and Forte is the next best thing. Will117 donates $175 and says, "This is an awesome run. I remember being a kid playing Mega Man and Bass on the Game Boy Advance. Wouldn't trade those memories for anything. Joka, you're the man."
Yay.
Oh yeah, but from here, so I think we should talk about the dash mechanic. So the dash mechanic is actually quite unique, and if you've seen Mega Man X runs, you know, whether or not you're on the ground or in the air, I mean, there's definitely scenarios in which it's not always true, but basically it doesn't matter as much compared to this game, where your dash accelerates in the second half of your dash animations, so it makes you'll be faster if you stay on the ground more throughout dashing. So he's trying to maximize being on the ground as much as possible. So it adds to the unique mechanic of just getting through stages.
It's
fast.
very similar to regular classic Mega Man, where you want to slide as much as possible and extend your slides out to get the maximum distance.
So yeah, I took 2 hits on purpose there just to get down to critical so I can kill him in 4 hits.
Yeah, you don't actually waste any time doing not taking damage through the stage, because you can still clear him at 4 hits if you have a lot of HP like you did.
Yeah.
I mean, this happened throughout the stage, but as you clear enemies and you're trying to get through the stage quickly, you might be at less than 8 HP, and then an enemy just spawns a large HP or something. You have to really adjust your strats. So there's nothing about this game in every stage playthrough that's like cookie cutter. You really have to adjust and keep your HP kind of low or right around that 7 HP threshold, so you can be sort of safe going into bosses, but at the same time, clear bosses as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's also really important to have a lot of knowledge when you're trying to run this game. You have to have a really good grasp on exactly how much damage things do, because otherwise you're not going to be able to hit the health thresholds.
All right, here we are, Magic Man. So yeah, we're gonna see kind of a showcase of what Ice Wall can really do. Ordinarily, you're supposed to, I'm sorry, not Ice Wall, just Forte's movement. Ordinarily, you're supposed to hang out on the trains as Rockman, and There's some things you can do as Rockman, but as Forte, you can just clear it so much quicker.
All right.
Okay, so that was a good pattern. CC roll can just like hang out and ruin your day. Nice. All right, went for it. All right, this coming up. Ooh,
Nice.
that was really close.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made it. If you didn't make it, it's like about 6 seconds. You have to hang out and just watch the platform go up and down. But that was actually super tight. It's not free, so. Okay, cool. And yeah, so we should see some ice wall usage here. That's right. And yeah, it's just a tower section. And
Oh,
it's just
come
spread
on.
out. Luckily, there are big spikes here.
I'm
Oh, okay.
not
Yeah.
gonna
That's fine.
Fair
bother.
enough.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you were low enough. Yeah. So, yeah. So, just double jumped and really cleared these areas a lot quicker than Rockman can. Magic Man fight. So he's weak to Tengu Blade, and it's a fairly simple fight. But he boosts into him one time to be able to get down less than 8 HP, and then, yeah, that's pretty it.
Yeah, all of these fights are like so much harder if you try to do them Buster only because they won't flinch when you hit them with Buster. So you actually get to see what they do.
Yeah, especially this guy. Magic Man Buster only is really rough. Okay, so we got 2 more stages left. We got Astro Man and Dynamo Man.
Yeah, I would say from this point on the game gets just harder and harder each stage, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
At least to do well.
All right, Astro Man. So, like we said before, this is one of the choices to start the game, and you can go to Astro Man, you can go to Ground Man, you can go to Cold Man. Fighting Astro Man without any buffs at all is horrible. Trying to do this guy Buster only with, even with Rockman's tough, but his Forte would take forever. So we definitely get some great usage out of the weapons here. And yeah, I mean, there's an alternate route that Rockman does to be able to do zips, which we're going to see in the Wily stages coming up as Forte. We'll see a few. And Rockman does more zips, but Forte just has better movement and isn't reliant on zips like Rockman is. So it makes sense for us to go to Astro 7th. Okay, I see a little Simon Says skip, so we're having none of that.
I mean, it's just too hard to remember that.
Yeah.
Rockman and Forte runners are notoriously bad at Simon Says.
Yeah, so Ice Wall just gives you some weird mechanics to be able to wedge yourself in. I just want to make clear, too, I know we've been talking about it, but, like, Joka's not getting hit by these guys on accident. He's doing it on purpose. That was super cool.
That is my favorite screen in the game is Forte.
Yeah, that was great. Just couldn't remember the pattern, huh? Just couldn't do it. Oh, that was good. Okay, cool. Actually took a really perfect amount of damage.
Yeah, everything perfectly calculated.
Yeah. You can tell by the standing animation whether or not your character is in critical or not.
Yeah, if he's holding his arm, like panting.
Yeah. You can count the HP on the left, but it's a little tough. Okay, so we have Magic Card, which is it's just like really good against this boss. Unfortunately, this boss is incredibly random. Not incredibly, just like out of the most
10
of the
seconds
bosses. Yeah.
ish.
Yeah. For the most part, this game isn't too random, with one giant major exception coming up. But Astro Man is another random one.
And you saw when he gave him that pattern where he spawns enemies, Joka left one alive. If you leave one alive, then he gets very consistent. He'll just start trying to come down and just crush you. He does that like 5 or 6 times, so you can just magic card him.
Yeah. Magic card is super useful, especially with Forte.
Yeah.
Right, might see some sips in the next stage. Well, I won't guarantee anything, because can't guarantee sips in this game, really.
Yeah, the zips coming up in this next stage are pretty much unique to this stage. And yeah, they can save time. They're just incredibly difficult to get first try.
Yeah, if you get both first try and don't mess anything up, you save like 4 or 5 seconds. But yeah, then you're gonna get both first try.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to Dynamo, man. My favorite stage music. And yeah, so we're here 8th. We have all the other weapons. Dynamo Man will give us a Lightning Bolt, which will allow for zips, one of which is incredibly crucial for the run. And yeah, you can just sort of see the arsenal of Forte. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Very nice. So, yeah. Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Oh, baby.
That's what's up. Okay, great. So, yeah, I mean, use Ice Wall to get yourself in the conveyor, and you can jump into the Ice Wall as it's coming down and push yourself down. And then, due to Forte's dash mechanic, as compared to Rockman, you can just kind of like mash dash and not worry about anything, and then you can pop out of the platform. That's actually really tough to go for.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's good too.
You really don't want to fight that boss. It takes forever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, reaching the final screen. This is kind of a hectic screen, but he's got a fair amount of health, so he's going to damage boost his way through. And yeah, I mean, this is just what Orsa said as well, just making sure you know how much everything, that's rough. So yeah, so he can be, yeah, he's basically good now. All right, so Dynamo Man is pretty well known for being a ridiculous boss. Even if you have his weakness and know what he's gonna do, it's still kind of hard. But luckily, if you played this game well enough, you can really read his patterns. You just have to make sure you know when he's gonna jump, because in this fight, he will jump up and heal himself. So yeah, Joka is able to predict it, and yeah, cleared it.
Very nice.
You kind of had to do some quick math at the end there, because you do 4 damage with Copper Vision, and you do 3 damage with a Buster Shot.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can hit them faster with Buster Shots, so yeah, whatever works out.
Yeah, for whatever reason, bosses on this path, Astro and Dynamo, only take 2 damage from their weakness, so 4 with counterattacker.
Yeah. So we're about to go back to that mid stage to prove that we've gotten all the weapons. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to the final stages. So this is probably the best time to sneak in some more donations.
Oh, definitely. We have tons of love coming in from the classic Mega community, like this $10 donation from Mega Master X. Shoutouts to Joka for being awesome. From the N1 GP community, thank you for showing off such a great platformer. Fwizzy donates $10. No love for the Wonder Swan Rockman and Forte? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Have a great run.
We don't talk about that one.
I've actually tried it on the Wonder Swan. It's something, yeah.
Resigin donates $50. Mega Man, those are called Hammer Joes. They'll swing their mighty hammer round and round, so you'd better watch your back. And $5 from Emmanuel Salas, longtime watcher, first-time donator. I remember playing the GBA of Rockman and Forte when I was a kid. How I didn't go insane from the game's difficulty is anyone's guess. Good luck on the run, Joka.
Yeah, so he's going to be shopping one more time here. He grabbed a couple lives just for safety, and then 1 weapon, which allows him to convert damage taken into weapon energy. And that might not sound that useful, but we'll be seeing it on the final boss. It's pretty neat how it's used, actually.
Yeah. All right, so if you thought the game was kind of hard up until this point, it just like turns the dial way up. These next few stages, Wily 1 isn't so bad, but Wily 2 is quite difficult for any casual player. But yeah, you know, throughout these stages, you won't be getting weapon refills at the beginning of every stage, so Joka has to do a pretty good job of making sure he maintains his weapon usage. Yeah, you can sort of see the stage design, how it benefits being able to have double jump, just like that ladder grab. And yeah, I mean, just keep in mind that Joka is also trying to do his best to stay in the ground and get as much movement speed as possible. But there are certain scenarios in which it makes sense to just glide on through.
Oh, come on.
Right, so that's what we're talking about. So he just got a major, he's got a large HP refill, so he's going to have to deboost. This Rhino does 10 damage, so if you do contact to it, so luckily he got hit by a missile. He's in critical.
Yep. Little cutscene skip there. If you touch the ground at the start of that fight, this monkey will come out and waste some time. But if you get to the boss door without touching the ground at all, then you skip the cutscene.
This This is
Shout out to double tap dashing.
Oh yeah, that was a good pattern. That was a
Yeah.
good fight. Tedamino Proto. All right, let's talk about Wily 2. So this
Yeah.
is
This is the stage
The
for
stage.
for like if you like blind playthrough,
Yeah,
you're gonna get stuck here.
You'll be here a while. So there's 3 parts to this stage, and they're all parts of Jet King Robo for the bosses that are at the end of each stage. So the first one up is King Tank. Basically, the stage is fairly simple and not too complicated, but Joka does need to damage boost his way through. So see how much damage that just did? A ton. So now he's in critical. So King Tank is renowned for just being like this major source of randomness or RNG. So he's going to be using a fair amount of weapons in his arsenal. There's 3 phases he needs to get through. There's the so he buffers with the lightning here. He doesn't know what's going to happen next, and he's just kind of using his lightning to feel out what's happening. He needs to kill the top of the head, the front of the missile right there, and then the back hatch. So this is kind of unfortunate, but he's
Yeah,
going to wait
it's
for it
bad
to
pattern.
bounce. Yeah, and now he can go back to the hatch. So this guy could sit here for a long time going back and forth. Let's hope it doesn't happen. All right, that's 3.
It's not bad.
Okay, cool. That was actually fairly
Yeah.
smooth. Could have been a
Not a
lot
bad
worse.
tank at all.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, like 30 seconds worse.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Okay, so all of these stages are connected together, and there are checkpoints, but if you game over, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of Wily 2. So Joker's not gonna have to worry about dying too much, but yeah, it's
All right.
no
pressure.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're good. Okay, King Plane is boss of Wily 2.2. This guy will spawn from the top. He's weak to Groundman's weapon, Spread Drill. And so these platforms are basically your only safety net, and they spawn less for Forte as Rockman because you can double jump. And something to watch out for here is that you can't chain your weapon usage perfectly, otherwise one of the weapons would actually just get eaten. So
That's
this
6,
boss-
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Very cool. So what he did there was not only skip the animation, but he launched the weapon before the boss was dead, knowing and hoping that it would kill him. So he went off screen and killed himself, and then made sure that hoped that the boss was gonna die, and then the boss did die, and he was able to skip the animation. You can
Yeah.
ordinarily live during that fight, but
It skips about
Oh,
11 or 12 seconds worth of just
Yeah.
jumping across platforms.
yeah. All right, here we go. Anybody like King's kind of cool boss, right? Antagonist of this game. Well, see ya.
Yeah.
Saves, yeah, not much, like 2 minutes.
Yeah. You ordinarily would have to wait out the first phase of that fight, and then there's some dialogue, and then you
Okay,
fight him,
We're going for suicide strats here.
and then
Right, nice.
yeah. So Joker's gonna be damage boosting himself a lot, so now he's in critical. A
Oh,
little too aggressive,
Yeah.
but
I
it,
tried.
It saves a fair amount of time.
You
if
say 1 hit on it.
yeah, a fair amount of time. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, you skip a massive part of the King fight, and yeah, even now the game just spawns you right before this boss.
yeah. It's worth mentioning this fight's a little bit awkward with Wave Burner if you don't know exactly what to do, just because of how it arcs up and down.
Oh no, the bully. Get away. Jesus.
But yeah, Joka's timing his Wave Burner hits very specifically so that it's going to hit him on the way up.
Yeah, and something that's interesting about that last hit, it technically does double damage. If the weapon that you shoot is going to, if 2 of the weapon shots would have killed the boss, then it will just work 2 hits away.
Yeah, if someone can explain that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have no idea.
It's like he doesn't have any iframes if you're gonna kill him with the next shot. It's super weird.
Yeah. All right, although Wily 2 is the bane of most casual players' existence.
This is the bane of speedrunners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This stage is by far the worst. So it's the boss rush. It's kind of a throwback to the Mega Man 1 or the Mega Man X style where the bosses take place. I think you might be dead.
Oh, cold, man.
Yeah, he jumped. That sucks. But yeah, you'll be fighting the bosses throughout this stage. So yeah, I mean, if you game over, you have to go all the way back. So yeah, just getting some more weapon in, right? But yeah, so intentionally, Joka is trying to damage boost to get down to HP to clear out the enemies quicker, and it's imperative to do this. You won't even have enough lightning bolt usage if you try to use it without doing the damaging strats. All right, so 1 down, 7 to go.
Yeah, and now you're at like super low health for the rest of the stage, basically.
Yeah. So that gets you down to
expect like at least 1 more death, probably.
it gets you down to 1 HP, and then now you got 8 HP, so now you're 9. So he's got to deboost 1 more time. That's why he just rams himself in, and now this is a relatively safe pattern. So.
And then here's going to be the spike guard usage.
No,
No, not yet. Okay.
It's in the.
I was
in
thinking
the concept.
Rockman, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he purposely deboosts off the Mets bullet, which only does 2 damage. Dynamo Man, these refights come really quickly, and yeah, I mean, like, you're in critical HP this whole time, so it's pretty scary.
All right, so we're gonna delay now, because
Yeah. There's certain patterns where it makes sense due to him jumping up.
kill him.
Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that pattern, exactly that pattern that he did, it's super scary, so you kind of have to delay just in case he does that.
Yeah. Okay. So we get a little more HP here. This Pirate Man refight is actually a little bit scarier than before, because you do have to get kind of close, and you do need to damage boost off of him. And yeah, so he got into critical right away, and he's going to be doing his best to
Stay alive.
Stay alive. Yeah. Okay, great. Moving on. Yeah, perfect. So good.
Yep, good, check.
So this will take 2 hits, as opposed to 3 before.
Yeah, when Tonic said counterattacker deals +2 to everything,
This
he means
is-
everything.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This is looking good. Okay, so this is an incredibly laggy area, but he's going to do his best to navigate his way through.
Easy
There
trick.
you go.
Ooh,
Very nice.
beautiful. So we
Yeah.
went down to the bottom of the screen and triggered that spike guard.
I wish I got stuck there for a while, actually, just to prove how difficult it is.
Yeah, it's like, believe me, trying to zip in the coin room is
Yeah,
awful.
it's so much lag, like random lag.
Yeah, that was super good. Yeah, getting through. 2 more bosses left before the final boss, Robot Masters. So he's got enough remote mines, so he's definitely good for this fight. But he does want, ideally, some for the final boss.
Yeah, there's going to be a refill in the next room, so he'll be okay.
Yeah. Good. This is also an incredibly scary laggy
Yeah, this
room.
room's awful.
But yeah, it cleared most of the enemies.
Well,
Oh,
but he got me.
it's no big deal. I'm going for the quick kill. Just remember that.
Yeah. Okay,
Ow.
cool. So he damage boosts into the door to get hit by the boss on the way down, which ordinarily doesn't happen. Okay, cool.
Too close.
Yeah. So he's at the perfect amount of HP. Yeah.
So want to explain the quick kill?
Yeah, sure. Yep. So the way the quick kill works is that you want to have no remote mines left over, and then at the end of this phase, and you're going to transition to the next phase by getting hit by a missile and then launching a remote mine at the top of the right wall. And for some reason, the game gets confused when you get hit and restore energy and throw a mine. So if he can land that, he can do something cool, so we'll see what that looks like. He's going to be setting it up right now, getting down to 1 HP left, and then let's just see how it works.
very
Okay,
nice.
Nice.
so
Get ready for time.
So watch this.
time.
Boom.
AGDQ 2018, let's give it up for the king of Rockman and Forte. Not king, the king, Joka. That amazing, amazing run. And Clear Tonic and Ursa on the couch.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was
God, I
great.
love Mega Man.
Shoutouts to Ugliest Wily and Mega Man. Yeah. So, not much more to say. There is tutorials for running both characters, so I really wish more people would pick this up.
Me too.
It's not as bad as it seems sometimes.
Yeah.
It's much worse. So, but you know, you can get a fairly good time without like crazy counterattacker strats. And the more people we get, the more tricks we're gonna find.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And don't miss the relay race tomorrow evening. Definitely want to watch that. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely awesome, AGDQ 2018. That's it for Classic Mega Man today, but fear not, we will be back tomorrow night in prime time for the Classic Mega Man Relay Race. In the meantime, I want to talk about a couple upcoming donation incentives that you really need to get your money in for because they are closing soon. First off, the Dishonored bonus DLC run. They're going to be doing the Brigmore Witches speedrun, which you probably don't know me as like a modern games person even. I've seen this run, I think it's super duper cool, and that's coming from me. That run is sitting at just about $1,500 to go, so keep bringing those donations in. It's almost time for that. Also in need of a bit of a boost, the Duke Nukem 3D bonus episode 4 run is about halfway there. That's closing soon also. So if we can get that last $5,000 we need for that, also raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation along the way, that would be absolutely amazing. With that, looking at my monitor here, we have just passed $650,000. That's awesome. Thank you everyone so much. As we continue set up for what's coming up next, gonna read off some donations. A bunch of Joka fans in here, and they have good taste because Joka's awesome. Trev HD donates $33.50. Going fast definitely isn't my forte, but Joka, you rock, man. Very good. OP Espresso donates $25. Excited to see Rockman and Forte. Best of luck on the run. Noble Boy 77 teleports in with a $15 donation. Noble here again. Glad to see Rockman and Forte / Mega Man and Bass again. This game deserves more love. Good luck on the run, Joka. I'll add 15 extra during the original Mega Man Relay Race if anyone gets all the zips and dupes in Mega Man 1, the Dark Room mode in the second beam segment in Quickman's level in Mega Man 2, and the perfect laser on Needleman in Mega Man 3. Keep on fighting for everlasting peace. We have a $764.74 donation from Tyrant. Comment from Tyrant's stream and the fighting games community. We raised this amount today. Here's to a great cause. Keep up the awesome work. Nerf cancer. Thank you so much, Tyrant community, helping us raise money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Every donation, no matter how big or how small, every community that can come together for this incredible event to help us raise money is all needed for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a truly amazing, amazing charity. And an anonymous $200 donation. No comment, you know, some quiet help. Thank you very much, Anonymous. We have a $10 donation from MangZTA. First of all, I want to thank all of the staff and runners for making this amazing event possible. I hope I get the chance to travel there and watch it live one day. And secondly, I'm happy to see a familiar face I haven't seen in like 15 years in the form of Joka, a former classmate. Hope you're doing great, dude, and good luck on your run. Cheers from Sweden. And with that, AGDQ 2018, I am going to throw to the interview table in the back where the one and only Dwango AC and his counterpart Taskbot are going to talk to us a little bit about Rockman and Forte.
Hello, I'm Dwango AC. This is Taskbot. Over to my right is Joka. You should be able to hear us just fine this time.
Hello.
We're here to talk a little bit about one of the glitches that he attempted to use earlier in the run that saves about 3 seconds but didn't quite pan out, and we're going to demonstrate why it was so difficult. So first I'm going to show you what the glitch really looks like. Right at this section in the Pirate Man stage, you have to go through the wall. I'm going to run that one more time because it goes pretty quick. You're supposed to get pushed up through the ceiling. So as you might have noticed, it was kind of difficult for Joka to pull that off, and one of the reasons why is I'm going to do this in slow motion. You're going to see how crazy difficult this glitch actually is. So I'm advancing 1 frame at a time, 1/60th of a second. You can see he's generated the ice block and landing as far to the left as he can. If you look in the lower left corner of the screen, you can see here the buttons that are being pressed in kind of a piano roll style. So he lands on this ice block and immediately starts to slide to the right. He has to do that to reduce his character's hitbox height. And the other part of this trick, if I understand it correctly, is you have to look to the left at just the right time so that you get ejected to the right and get shoved into the wall. He's actually inside of the wall right now and transitioning across screens. And then as soon as you get here, I believe you have to stay far enough up that you don't end up falling down the ladder, correct?
Yeah, you actually screen wrap to the bottom because you're too high up.
Exactly.
If you screen wrap down, you have to climb back up. But yeah, that usually happens. But yeah, it's super hard, and you also have to jump in all of that somewhere.
I see you holding jump quite a bit. So the whole thing, I mean, it looks so simple because you just sort of fling right through it right there. That saves about 3 seconds of time. Obviously, there are some others that are longer time savers than that, but what is it that makes you decide when to stop trying a glitch like this?
I mean, for this, I just have the plan all the time. I'm gonna try it once because it's such a stupid trick, anyways. I'm gonna try it once, and if I don't get it, I usually can just like squeeze in between the mine and the wall here and just avoid damage, anyways. Mm-hmm. So.
Now, what can go wrong as you're going through this trick?
Not much. Like I can't get stuck. With Rockman, you can get stuck in the middle of this trick. You kind of have to pause and do some awkward things to get unstuck. But I've never gotten stuck with Forte before. Worst case, you just miss it and fall down straight into the spike and take 10 damage.
I see. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about this segment of the game?
Not really. That's about it. Like, you can see how difficult it is.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder glitches. It's amazing how smooth it looks here when you are able to execute it. I want to congratulate you for your skill. That was a fantastic time, a great run. For everyone else, thank you very much for watching. We're going to kick you back over to Dishonored and back to our host. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that awesome tassing demonstration. Dwango AC, the man of many microphones, apparently. And once again, an absolutely awesome run by Joka. I love Rockman and Forte. Oh my god, it's such a cool game, so underrated. And that run is so awesome. All right, that's going to be it for me today. And actually, this is my last hosting shift for this GDQ. I know, pretty sad. At least I think it's pretty sad. I like doing this. So AGDQ 2018, it's been a lot of fun. I'm not done with you quite yet. You'll see me over in the interview table and wherever. But for now and for the rest of the event, I am going to pass off the hosting mic to my good friend, the Boix.
Hey everyone, Boix here. Welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2018. Looks like we are about ready actually to run another Twitch ad here, so I'm going to go ahead and run that, and then we'll be back with more donations and such as we set up Dishonored. Thanks for watching. Okay, and we're back. So, I just want to remind everybody that during this run, we will need to reach about $700 more for the bonus DLC run. If you want to see Dr. T Chops here running that extra DLC at the end of the run, we're going to have to meet that. We do have some donations, though, which have come in. We have a $30 donation from Straffic, who says, had to donate for the Dishonored run incentive. Good luck during the run, Dr. T Chops. Thank you so much. I'm hoping we get that as well. We also have $50 from Mortal Clembot. Dishonored is one of my favorites. Good luck on the run. We have a $150 donation from Rexstar. Donated 10,000 bits on Twitch, but really want my shout out. Love what everyone does every year. Such selfishness by everyone. Keep up the great work, and good luck to everyone to come. We have a $30 anonymous donation. One of the best games of all time, Dishonored, Save Sam. So there is a bid war also going on during this run for either save or kill Sam. Maybe a little bit different than save or kill the animals, but also, you know, pretty good incentive. Currently, Save Sam is winning at $2,000 or $2,033. The 707 to kill Sam. Thank you so much for that donation towards that. And we have a $200 donation from Ikaim Kim 208. I've been looking forward to this Dishonored run all week. It's a great game and an awesome run. Here's a little help to get us even more Dishonored. Thanks to the runners, GDQ staff, and everyone else for this amazing event that shows how much good we can do as a community. Thank you so much for that generous donation. We're actually only about a little under 400 now, which is awesome for that bonus DLC run. And it looks like we're already set up for Dishonored, so if you've been waiting for this run, all GDQ, you are going to be pretty happy. So let's go ahead and throw that over to Dr. T Chops with some Dishonored all collectibles.
All right, hi. We're going to be kicking off the PC Speed Block Classic Thursday night at GDQ, which is clearly the best speed block there ever is, except maybe Awful Block.
Yeah, it's pretty good on both of
So
them.
we're going to get started nice and quick. Normally there's like a 2-minute intro cutscene. We're just going to skip that by loading a save right at the start of the game because we're PSP speedrunners and we like to cheat. So 3, 2, 1, go. So that movement out of the boat is actually impossible. And then we can just take this elevator up to the roof like, you know, you do in the, I don't even know what times these would be, but that skips a cutscene with Emily there.
It's
She's just doomed to stand there forever or something now.
Setting the steampunk, whenever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, Victorian, but also with magic. Yeah. The classic. So that elevator glitch I did right at the start. This game has a vaulting mechanic, vaulting and climb up, where the game will kind of calculate when you're close to a ledge. It'll either do like a climb up animation, or you'll just get like a quick vault where you just kind of warp up to it. That is very, very abusable. And it turns out on 90-degree corners in the game, there's like a single pixel that runs all the way up that you can actually vault on top of. And it's like position and angle perfect, but apparently if you just jump backwards into it, you're always going to get the timing. So you can just jump backwards into it and hold space, and it'll just vault you up every single frame, and you go flying to the top. It's very useful.
Yeah. It's almost like properly constructing a corner is really, really hard.
Yeah, corners are weird. Don't do corners, kids.
Not even once.
Yeah. So there's actually like a big invisible wall that goes all the way around this area, and we're kind of trapped in here for a little bit. But we can just, take the elevator to the top of the invisible wall and be floating in the air, because why not? This is kind of cool because you can see like all the different locations in the entire game. Like, this is the intro, there's the prison will be there. Here's the final bit of the game. You can't quite get there. You can get out of bounds, you can run almost all the way, and then you hit a kill plane. It's unfortunate. Houndspit Pub is like just across. We'll be